Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome, Facebook. Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany Fosmire-Mathias. I'm your facilitator today. We're going to talk about plunging the blockages that are keeping you from your greatness. So please get a pen, paper, some water, and let's dig into this juicy topic. Good morning. Hello, Zoom people that are going to be coming in. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hello, out there in the virtual community. Welcome to day 414 of the Wake Up Everybody community. We're going to be talking about plunging and letting your greatness flow. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello, Afuye. Hi, Marie. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Hi, Melissa. Good morning. So please get a pen, paper, some water. We are going to remove those blockages that are in your life that are keeping you from reaching greatness.
Morning.
Hi, Adam. Good morning.
Hey, Tiffany. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing well. I love hearing your voice in the morning. You just it's so calm and energetic.
Thank you. I try to keep it positive.
Hi, Teresa. Good morning, mamas. How are you?
I'm good, Mama.
Am I going to see your beautiful face this morning? You going to come on camera for me?
Yes, ma'am. Just give me a minute.
No problem. Good morning. Good morning. You are going to need a pen, a paper, some water, and your mind today. We're going to clear the blockages that are in your mind. So come on, let's get ready for this. Hi, Zakia. Good morning, Ms. Z. How are you today?
Peace and blessing.
Blessed always. Thank you. How's everybody doing?
We are well. As my cousin would say, it is a winning Wednesday. You too, Facebook. Welcome. Welcome in. A pen, a paper, some water, an open mind. We're going to dig into the things that are blocking us. We're going to plunge them. Think about your pipes that might be backed up. You got to plunge them so that water will flow. We're getting ready to plunge that blockage that is keeping us from manifesting greatness. Hi, Stacy. Welcome.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke. woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 414. My name is Tiffany Fosmire-Mathias, and I am your facilitator today. I'm an author, a community leader, mentor, entrepreneur, and a graduate of the Spirit of a Woman Leadership Development Rites of Passage program, Be the Tree. That's how I learned to make my announcement and present myself like that and own who I am. So today we're here to talk about plunging and removing blockages that are preventing you from being great. Now, 2 to 3 years ago, I don't think I would have been able to sit in front of you today, make this presentation, talk about that I'm great. You know, I was blocked mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sometimes physically. I was in a career that was unfulfilling. I was just doing it to make sure that I could provide for my family. But at the end of the day, my family was eating, but my body wasn't receiving the nourishment that it needed because I was blocked. I didn't think what I was doing was great. I didn't think anybody else thought what I was doing was great. So my greatness was sitting dormant like lava in an inactive volcano. It's there. It's always there. It's always flowing, but it just wasn't coming to the surface. And so that's what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about getting that greatness that is within you and manifesting it and bringing it so that it's present and you're owning it. So I have a question for you. How do you define or measure greatness? Let's think about that. How do you define or measure greatness? So if the admins could drop that in the chat, put it in Facebook. I'm looking to hear from the community about greatness. Thank you, Z. So greatness. For me, greatness was what I thought other people thought of me. All right? Check that out. My greatness was defined by what I thought other people thought of me. Now, that doesn't sound great at all. It's great to have people admire you, but is it really good to be sitting in a space where your value is measured by someone else's opinions and thoughts? It's not. I see some stuff coming up in the chat. Greatness is defined by what I think of myself. Z, you are where I am now, but 2 years ago, 3 years ago, no. I've had my mom tell me I was great. I've had my dad tell me I was great, but those are your parents. Your parents are always going to be the ones to tell you you're great. They're your parents. Isn't that what they're supposed to do? And my parents spoke love into me. They spoke positivity into me. But for some reason, I was never able to get that to connect with myself and own it until now. Teresa, walking in your own uniqueness. Yes. Do you know I was told I was weird growing up as a kid because of some of the things that I thought and did? But wait, I allowed somebody else's opinion of me to become my truth. And so that was a blockage. somebody else's thoughts of me blocked what I thought of myself. So in order for me to be able to tap into that greatness, to be able to tap into what my parents knew was inside of me, I had to remove those blockages. And the first thing I had to do is stop listening to the negativity. You know, my mama used to tell me they always talk bad about Jesus Christ too, and he didn't care. He went out and was great. It was Jesus Christ, mommy. I'm not Jesus Christ. It didn't matter. You know, I had to remove the thought of what somebody else was thinking about me and go with the flow, go with who I was, own who I was. So I have another question for you. Z or Teresa or anybody else who's now joined us who already understand their greatness and do not allow blockages to prevent them from manifesting their greatness. What are some of the things that you have done in achieving your greatness? What are some of your accomplishments? So an accomplishment for me was being a young mother, a young single mother who felt that I was going to be a statistic, that I returned to college with a toddler in tow and my books and late night studying after I put her to bed. But I knew that this was something that I wanted to accomplish. So I had to remove the blockage that I thought people thought I was a statistic. So what are some of your accomplishments? What are some of the things that you have manifested in yourself, in your greatness? I see Z came into the chat. Z, do you want to come on and join me in conversation?
Sure.
Good morning, Z. Thank you.
All right, Kenya, I'll start my camera. Wasn't planning on doing that this morning, but all righty. How are you, beloved?
I'm beautiful this morning. I am so wonderful and happy to be in this space with this community as the facilitator.
Yes,
And I want
isn't that
to,
awesome? So
I
proud of
just
you.
want to let the community know that your positive thoughts that I should be sitting in this chair as the facilitator is what had me here. Because for weeks, you guys have been messaging me inbox and sending me notes in the chat that I should be presenting, and that it's great hearing me and seeing me and sharing my wealth of knowledge. And so I had to remove the blockage that people didn't want to hear what I had to say because the community was saying, yes, we do. So yes, Z, come on in here with me.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Thrilled for you. So what I put in the chat is that consciously, on a conscious level, I am fully aware that I am great. But I know that there is something somewhere in my subconscious that's blocking me because I'm not living my greatness right now.
Okay. So let's start right there. Consciously, we know we are great, but it's the subconscious, it's what's below. So let's think about some of the things that could be a blockage. Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? That's the first thing we have to do, is identify what that blockage is. Because depending on what that blockage is, we have to handle it differently. If it's a person, we might just need to have a conversation in which we clear the air. You know, sometimes a misunderstanding, a breakdown in communication can cause a blockage because, again, we get in our own thought, we get in our own story about what somebody else is thinking or what somebody else meant when they said X, Y, Z. And what I'm learning and building effective communication skills is sometimes we don't always come across as clearly as we think we do. Sometimes we come across with a tone. Our message may be very clear, but it has a tone in it, or someone thinks they read a tone, and right away these are little like Lego building blocks, building one on top of the other that cause a blockage. So that's what a person. What if it's a place? What if it's where we work, where we live, the environments that we socialize in? What if that's the blockage? So how do we address removing that blockage? Well, if it's your work, you could always get another job. That's not necessarily easy. They say that jobs are in abundance right now due to the pandemic. A lot of people are at home. They don't want to return back to work. I get constant notifications and emails that there are job opportunities out there. So if it's your work that's blocking you, let's really reevaluate if where we're working at, if that's where we need to be. Are we fulfilled there? Now, if it's a thing, there's a thing that's blocking you. What could be some of the things that block you? How about, I'm actually stuck right now on a thing that blocks you.
Well, what comes to mind, and I am working diligently and actively on it, is my relationship with my daughter, which has been a challenge from the beginning. And now she's an adult, she's a mother as well, and the challenges have not been healed. As the creator would have it, there's a session coming up this weekend about healing mother and daughter relationships that I only know about because I'm a member of this community.
Yes.
And I've said it before and I'll say it again, Ru saved my life. I'll keep saying it. I have invited her. Her first reaction was, we have too many unresolved issues. That's the whole point. That's the whole purpose. And the fact that there is such an event is a testament to the fact that we're not the only ones.
Exactly.
They didn't create that event for us because they don't know us. That event was created because mother-daughter issues are as old as time.
Exactly.
But we have to start healing somewhere. I don't want to go through the rest of our lives with this. Unless you're content with the way things are, I would ask you to try and start somewhere. And this would be a good place to start.
Exactly.
So she's going to try. She does have an appointment in the morning, so she may get on late, but I have talked her into going.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right there, you are addressing a blockage. It is with a person, and you have a tool. You're getting ready to use a coaching and counseling session that is targeted towards mother-daughter relationships, which, as you said, the issues and the breakdowns in mother-daughter relationships are as old as the first mother-daughter relationship, and they continue to grow. And though there are many things that may now be added on to that blockage between yourself and your daughter, to just work on one. I have a 3-year-old grandson. I have a 9-year-old son, and one of their favorite things to play with are Legos. And it's just little blocks, different size blocks, and you can keep stacking them and stacking them and stacking them and stacking them until it makes this big, huge brick wall. But as soon as you remove one, even if it's the tiniest brick, you've started taking it down. That's what we have to do with our relationships. We have to figure out just one thing. And then you keep going from there, address one problem, and then solve that and move on to the next one. And what you might realize as soon as you start with your relationship, for example, with your daughter, and how, for example, it could have been, she might have thought you were too strict on her when you were raising her. Address that. That now leads to maybe how she feels toward you as an adult now. I'm an adult. I don't have to listen to you. You're not the boss of me anymore. Right. The dynamic changes. And so now you're addressing it that way. And then you'll start to see which way you have to go for this relationship, which way you have to go to remove that situation. So yes, it's baby steps. It's going to be hard work, but it is worth it in the end. So good luck, Z, with you and
Thank
your
you.
daughter on Saturday in your healing session. And I look forward to talking with you later about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Teresa. I see you got your hand raised, Mama. Come on in here.
My son has been talking about me moving, and yesterday we had a 3-hour conversation. So when you said maybe it's your place of living is your block, it just hit me so much in my chest. And I was like, but I've been afraid because I've been in New York, all my life, and now he's just saying pick up and just come move to Georgia.
Mhm.
But I I never really thought about that. It could be the place that I am living that could be blocking me from my success, because I've tried different things, like all kind of different things to do, but it could be maybe the atmosphere where I'm living at, even, my house or whatever, and my whole environment that actually is blocking me from the success, because I'm just so stuck in, being in New York and just saying, oh, well, I won't be having the service. But he was like, who knows what's going to happen once you get there? And he was explaining to me that how he just took a faith and just moved, and just moved. And he's been doing very, very well, since, he went down there. And not only that, it's like he wasn't feeling well, but he was just menacing to me so much. And so we was on the phone for 3 hours. We haven't talked like that in years, like 3 hours, so and he was getting my nerves some of the time, and I was getting his nerve, but we just stayed on the phone and we
Mhm.
talked, we listened to each other. And so he was like, and then you know what he said too? I was thinking that he wanted me to come down there for him, but he was like, no, I might not see you, might not see you, but I want you to come because I want you to live. He said, when I was in New York, I was existing. He said, but now I live. And so
Okay.
he said that, and I was like, wow, that's deep. So I'm really I'm scared, but I'm have to just take that move because I just
Yep.
feel like it's time.
Okay, Teresa. So let's unpack that. You said you're scared. Do you think you're using New York City as your security blanket? Remember Linus from the Peanut cartoons? He dragged around that radio blanket everywhere. That was his security blanket. Are you using New York City as your security blanket because it is comfortable to you? It is familiar to you.
Yes, yes,
Okay. Guess what? After a year in Georgia, guess what might be comfortable? Guess what might be familiar?
Georgia.
There you go.
Yes,
Go down and visit.
yeah.
Let him show you around. Have you been down to Georgia and visit him since he's been down there?
No,
Okay. Go down and visit. Let him show you the different neighborhoods. Listen, they talk about Hotlanta is the southern New York. I don't know all about that, but apples and peaches. But at the end of the day, every place has something great about it. New York has everything, but guess what? Georgia has stuff too.
because that's what he said to me. He was like, "You mean to tell me there's no one in Georgia who does not have, some of the same stuff that you're dealing with?" And he said, "You might not even need none of the stuff when you get under, because when you start living, it changes your whole mindset about life and how you look at stuff." And so you really, I mean, it's like I just feel like it's just time for me to go. I don't feel like I need to visit because I've been in Georgia before, and my grandmother lived in
Mhm.
Georgia. I know what it is, but I just feel like it's just my time, and I've just been feeling that it's time to move. But I was just like you said, using New York as a security blanket. But what someone said to me the other day, they was like, just like be the same woman that you've been here in New York. And different. A lot of the Wu family members have moved down there, so it's not like you know you won't have people down there. Just people that's been saying, "Come on, Teresa, let's go to Georgia." Oh,
Exactly.
there were people. Here go people right here
You
talking about people in the chat talking about they live in Georgia.
you are part of a nationwide community.
Yes.
Every day, every week, you are in a space with people who are in Georgia, who are in North Carolina, Tennessee, Washington State, wherever they are. Ask them, like, what's it like there? What do you like about being there? And then there are a lot of New Yorkers who took the Southern migration down there to end up down in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. I have many members of my family making the exodus to Florida. And they're encouraging, come on, Tip, you and the family, come on. We'll think about it. We got some businesses up here that are New York based, so we can't just up and go. But yeah, take a step.
Yeah, but whatever
Go.
I do, I can do it online and stuff like that. So it's
No,
not don't
no,
happen.
not online.
No,
Physically go
no,
there.
I understand. The business stuff that I work on is
Oh,
online.
okay. Okay. See,
Too.
so you can take it to Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch base with you, Teresa. I want to hear that you are taking a trip to Georgia by the end of the year because you are going to release New York as a security blanket and go down south. Are we getting feedback from me? No, it's just on my end. Okay, got it. Thank you, Teresa.
I hear the feedback is coming from Teresa's mic.
Okay. All right. So I want to move on with the session. And we're going to start talking about after you have cleared those blockages, after you have removed those people, places, and things that have blocked you from manifesting greatness, you have plunged them out of your life. What do you intend on accomplishing? We have Z over here building and repairing her relationship with her daughter. We have Teresa over here getting ready to relocate to another state and embrace a new chapter of her life. What can be some of the things that you can accomplish or you have already accomplished once you remove that blockage from your life? So I'm going to tell you, after I've removed some of the blockages from my life, I helped co-author an anthology in which I spoke on my experience of being a young unwed teen mom and going to school and building a career. I joined Spirit of a Woman's Rites of Passage and Be the Tree. And I now have 2 businesses that I'm running. I'm helping my husband with his. Those wouldn't have been things that I would have been able to do because in my mind, we needed a job on the books. We needed to be able to, punch a time clock for somebody else and be great there. I had to remove that blockage because that same energy that I put into making a company money, I could put into making my family money, teaching my family about generational wealth, having my children's first jobs not be at McDonald's or a clothing store or anything like that, but coming to work in the family business, teaching them about that. So now removing that blockage, I'm teaching my children and my grandson now about generational wealth, about entrepreneurship, about how to do things for themselves. I have a 13-year-old daughter who she loves doing hair. She wants to set up an IG page where she posts pictures of the hair that she does. She's 13. When I was 13, I liked doing hair too, but I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know you could tell people you do hair and they would pay you to do it. I thought people always went to the beauty parlor and got their hair done. No, we live in a time now where people as young as 9 years, 8 years old, we have Sister Cassie. She's not here today, but her son is an entrepreneur at 8 years old. And this little boy knows how to speak coin because Cassie removed a blockage from her life that allow her to be able to pass this down. So come on in here, community. Drop in the chat one thing that you intend on removing from your life, one blockage, and what it is that you want to accomplish when you remove that blockage. What's going to be the first thing you're going to work on that's going to be great? Don't be shy now. I know y'all are thinking, I can feel the gears turning. Cheryl, we have any responses from Facebook? Anybody willing to share or have shared their blockages, their greatness, what they think greatness means?
No one has shared for themselves yet. Everyone is cheering on Teresa to leave New York City. Aisha was saying that she has the same conversation with her mother. In fact, she's dropping off to just call her to get on this session.
There you go. That's right. Sometimes the blockage really is you opening up a suitcase, putting your belongings in it and headed for the plane, the train, or the bus, a car, however it is you have to, but you can do it. So I know we're just just touching the tip of the iceberg when it comes down to this is a really deep and thoughtful or thought-provoking question, because it's all about self-reflection. And sometimes we are scared to look ourselves in the mirror, be honest with ourselves about what we see and what it is we need to do to fix it. So
We have some comments in the chat.
okay, come on.
So Z actually commented that she wants to actualize her children's book series and revitalizing her yacht. And Teresa says, start packing. And Jacqueline says, I'm working through some of the blockages, even though I have not been clear in my identification of what's blocking me. Most of it is around anxiety and depression, which are things I did not want to say out loud because for me, it makes it real.
Thank you for sharing that, Jacqueline. And that's exactly what it is. My opinion about why it took me so long to start removing those blockages is because it made it real. I allowed myself to be in this situation. I allowed myself to stay working here for so long. I allowed myself to be in these relationships with these people. But the only way we're able to address any type of problem or situation in our life, whether it is something physical that we can touch or something that is emotional that we can't, is to make it real. You have to call a thing a thing. This person, this place, this thing is a blockage. It is a problem for me that I need to fix. And though all of these things can be addressed, we have to first start by identifying them so we know what it is we have to fix. If our bodies were a home and we needed to call a plumber, we needed to call a repairman and tell him that there was something wrong in our house, we have to make sure we first know what is broken or needs to be repaired so we know who to call and fix it. You can't call the electrician to plunge the toilet, and you cannot call the carpenter to come and install the stove or fix the gas line. Identify what the blockage is, address that blockage by what it is by what means you have to remove it. So that's all. Yes, Cheryl.
I have a couple comments now coming in from Facebook I want to share with you.
Absolutely.
Jem McBean L says procrastination is her blockage, and building her financial services business of educating families to save money and achieve financial freedom. And Charmaine Nottingham says, I'm fearful of failing at opening my own elderly care center.
Okay. Thank you, Jem. Thank you, Charmaine. So here's what I have to say about that. Charmaine, I already know you're doing what you have to do for opening an elderly care center. You are already doing it. Own it, mama. Jem, same thing. You can provide all the tools. You have the wealth of knowledge. And it's scary out there when you start a business because you're thinking, well, in order for this business to be successful, I need clients, I need patients, I need that. It'll start with 1, it'll move to 2, it jump to 10. But the first thing you have to do is say, the doors are open. Do we have any other shares? Anybody else who wants to come into session, come on camera, share their blockage, share a win, share their greatness?
I don't know if you want to follow up with Z or bring Jackie on.
So with Z, I will circle back to that. So Z, and then I see Abimbola's hand. Z, if you really want to work on that children's book, I got a place. I got a place for you to land with that. We're called the Diamond Writers, and we are a group of women who are sharing our stories 1 chapter at a time. And so it all starts with writing that first line. You want help building an outline, you want help coming up with creative ways of developing the book, You need people to help read and give you feedback that is going to be nourishing and not critical. We're here for you. So I'm going to reach out to you offline and tell you about the Diamond Writers.
Absolutely looking forward to it because that's just one of the books. There's 5 book series that's my therapy for healing my loss. Oh boy, I'm gonna get upset again. Sorry, my recent loss of my fur baby. He was 20 years old and he transitioned in July. But everybody, including people who hate cats, loved my cat. He had that
There
kind
you
of
go.
personality. You know? So I'm writing that series. I already know exactly what I'm going to do with that. And then I have 2 other books that I will be writing. One is my story and one is my daughter's story from my perspective. So I definitely will talk to you. Thank you.
Yep, I got you. Hi, Abimbola. Welcome. Come on in here,
Peace and
sis.
blessings.
How
I
are
would
you?
like to share with the family. I took a leap of faith last year and I decided I had some dental problems and I decided I was going to get dental implants, and I went and I was evaluated, and they told me that the bill I needed 4, it would be $22,000. And so I decided that I can't take anything with me when I go, so I'm going to invest in myself. So I took that leap of faith and I made the appointment, and I had the first 2 done in September. And then I put it out there, and I thank Ken Yofu also for one of her sessions in terms of manifesting wealth and everything I need to attract financial wealth. And when I put it out there that I needed help in paying for these implants, one of my friends sent out an email that she was looking for someone to help her with her business. And so I started working part-time to help pay for the implants. So I paid for the first 2, the $11,000. And then I continued to work, and then I saved up and I put down $5,000, and I'm going to get the second 2 done September 29th of this year.
Mhm.
And I have the 6,000 left, so 16,000 paid, 6,000 to go. And I set my goal and how I'm going to pay for that. And self-care, I feel good. That's my accomplishment.
All
So I
right.
just wanted to share that with the family.
Thank you so much. Look at you. You identified what the problem was. You figured out what the solution was in order to get there. And look at you doing that. And self-care, especially sometimes when it comes down to oral, can be very triggering for people. So you are, and as you said, you can't take it with you. So you're going to be beautifully smiling the rest of your time here. Thank you. All right. Any other shares, Kenyofu or Cheryl?
Let's see.
No, cheers, just cheers for everyone who is achieving. Cheers for Abimbola from Veronica and Charmaine.
Thank you. All right. So I want to thank everybody for coming in and tuning in this morning. I want you to walk away from the session today knowing that you need to do 3 things. Identify what your blockage is, develop the plan, and execute the plan in order to remove the blockage. And then your greatness will flow like lava. I'm complete.
Okay, so I'm going to share your slide, your closing slides. I was counting the person who's the winner for your
Okay.
so you can bring up your special offer. You can like set it up while I bring it up.
So yes, as I stated, one of the great things that I accomplished once I removed my blockages was I joined a group of women writers called the Diamond Writers, and we came out with our book the beginning of this year. It is called Pretty Broken, Transforming Scars to Beauty Marks. And in it, you will read 10 stories from 10 fabulous women who will tell you about a time in life where being pretty didn't stop them from having to address some ugly situations. So my special offer includes 2 free copies of the book, one for Facebook and one for the Zoom participants. So Pinyofu, our Zoom participant number 5 is our winner of Pretty Broken. So tell us who that is.
Melissa DuPont.
Melissa, do you accept the offer? You can drop it in the chat if you're unable to come off, and verbally come on and verbally acknowledge. Okay.
Melissa? Okay, she's off mute. Do you accept? Melissa? She came off of mute. Okay, she made a chat.
She said, I accept. Okay, so on the next slide, we're gonna share my contact information. I'll just need Melissa, hi. So yes, we're going to have you reach out to me through either of my contact informations. That's not correct. But yes, just reach out to me and I will mail you out your copy of Pretty Broken. Please enjoy the book. Also share it. If you know somebody else who could benefit after you read it, pass it along. If you've ever seen the movie, the story, the Yaya, the traveling pants, they just kept passing the pants along. That's what we need you to do with this book. We need to make sure that this book gets into every woman's hand so that she could see her story is not unique. There are others who go through it just like she did, and we provide some tools and some tricks on how to get through it out on top. All right, and so the second copy goes to the first person who told us or defined what greatness was on Facebook. So who is that, Cheryl?
Well, actually, no one defined greatness, but the first question that they did answer was what their blockages were. And that would be Jem McBean L.
Okay, Jem. So Jem, I actually have your contact information, and you have mine, so you can just text over to me your address so that I can send you out your copy of Pretty Broken. So thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure to be here with you this morning. But we have coming up tomorrow my Be the Tree sister, Miss Raelle Hamilton Romeo. She is coming through with communicating with clarity and intention. So make sure you come in tomorrow and join us to celebrate and listen with Raelle.
Okay, and I want to welcome all new members into the space. I'm not sure if we have, I suspect that we might have one, but I don't want to assume. If you are new, please do say it. Drop it in the chat, but you can get your due welcome from the WOO community. And if you are on Facebook and this is your first time on Facebook, drop it in the comment section so that the community can surround you and give you their virtual hugs. We want you to feel that this is your home, and we want you to come back home every day that we're here, and let other people know. We are here 3 days, we're here 5 days a week, but 3 days are the long days. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, we're 7 to 8:30, and Monday and Wednesday, our short days, were 7 to 7:30. You can find us on Zoom Live, and you can also find us streaming on Facebook. If you want to receive a text message alert in the mornings to remind you to join us, you can type into your text the number in the to box 74121, and in the comment section, you will write Woo Nation and then press send. We have swag, so you're able to represent Wake Up Everybody wherever you go by wearing your mask or your t-shirt or your sweatshirt. At work or wherever you are, you can use your mug or your thermos. And how do you get it? You get it by going to bit.ly/Woo Swag. We have lots of colors. And staying in touch, that means registering for Wake Up Everybody. So there's something for you to do every week. Go to bit.ly/Wake Up Movement and fill out the form so that you can be receiving the email that will say where we are, when we are, how to get to us, and anything else that's coming up, who's speaking and what they're speaking about. We have a Facebook community and we have a Facebook group. So the group is where we have the history of our playbacks and communications with facilitators. And the page is a public page. So right now Zoom has us streaming into the page and we share it into the group. The communications happen on the page. So in order to get into the group, however, you would need to do a little thing, and that's go to bit.ly/Woo Community and agree to the rules and then be accepted into the private. We're on Instagram and YouTube and building that out as we speak. And we have an email address if you have some comment or question you'd like to share with us. It's info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. At this point, I'm gonna ask everybody to unmute, and now we have a love shower presentation.
Thank you, Tiffany, for this
Thank
great
you.
work.
Thank you, thank you, thank
You did a
you.
wonderful
Thank you,
job.
Tiffany.
Thank
Beautiful.
you, Tiffany.
Well done.
Beautiful session.
Well done.
Very
And like I
Very
always say,
very
informative.
let's
proud of
move
you.
forward,
Thank you,
everybody, and
thank
stay
Love
you.
you,
powerful.
love you, love
Don't
you.
let no one tell you anything
Appreciate
different.
all
Thank
your
you.
knowledge.
I'm woke
Thank
this
you
morning.
again.
Ready.
That's right. Thank you, everyone.
Look fire and you will fire. Thank you, everyone, for all the love you get. I appreciate it. Love you, Kenyofo, and all the admin team. Everyone else, admin, I love y'all. Mwah. Love y'all. Have a great day. Georgia,
Have a
here we
blessed and
go.
wonderful day.
Yes, you too.
Hey, Zaraya.